And a good Monday morning. Wow, Monday morning to you guys out there. Uh, you may have noticed we are about an hour later than we normally are. And that's just, uh, I wanted to try coming a little later and seeing if more people were able to join live. We normally have about 2 to 4 people come in live on the morning broadcast at 7 a.m., which is good, especially for that time of day. So today we're going to talk a little bit about that, a little bit about what's going on in April. We've got our Illy coffee in a Montana cup. So what I want to think about is what are you doing in April, and are you still looking at the Security Plus exam? So let's talk about that after the quick intro. All right. So that we're looking at coming into April. April is right around the corner. But today, let's knock today's day in the world. So today is March 30th, and appropriately National Doctors Day. And I think right now every day is National Doctors Day, and National Nurses Day, and Food Service Workers Day, and Grocery Store Workers Day, and garbage, garbage collector day, and all those essential services that are helping us get through this situation we're in right now. I love to see that the millionaires are not bringing us through this. The movie stars and athletes aren't here, but folks doing DoorDash and Instacart and the doctors and nurses and hospital workers and first responders, police and fire, and so many people that are still out there working that are really underappreciated. So hats off to them. It is National Doctors Day. Everyone in those services needs their own National Day. So April is around the corner. We're a couple days away. Wednesday it will be April. So what are you guys doing for April? What's your plan for April? Um, as you know, we've been doing the morning broadcast about a little over a month, maybe close to 2 months now. And we've had a few modifications. We've changed it up a little bit, um, but really looking at Security Plus. How many people are looking at Security Plus? How many people want to get the Security Plus exam done, knocked out, and get that certification under their belt or on their resume? I heard this morning, or actually heard this weekend, that the stay-at-home recommendation, I guess not an order, is going to go through April 30th. So that gives us the entire month of April. Let's look at that month of April. Um, Security Plus is there's a lot of stuff to cover if you're going from zero to Security Plus, right? So normally the path I would suggest is IT Fundamentals Plus, A Plus, Network Plus, then Security Plus, just because that way you have a foundation for when you go to take the Security Plus exam. Um, that being said, I know a lot of people don't have time right now. Um, if you're in a position where you're at home, and maybe your job is not paying. Maybe you're at home and you're just like wondering what the next step is, you're wondering where to go next. Well, as you know, there's tens or hundreds of thousands of open jobs into the security field, in the cybersecurity field, and you have to have certifications to get started in the field, right? The perfect situation is you have college, you have certifications, and you have experience. That's perfect, but that's not going to be everyone, right? And you don't need that to get in the field. I know plenty of people that have no certifications and no college and a lot of experience that are doing well, and then the same for each of the other three. If you have certifications and no college and no experience, It's a way, that's your way in. You're going to have to get experience. That's going to be your ticket to success in this field. You take those jobs that nobody else wants. Take the assignments that nobody else wants. Get in there and do the grunt work. But it's gonna suck. It's gonna be a hard road. It's ugly. It's usually the work. It's the work nobody else wants to do. But it's going to give you that experience you need. You're going to be exposed to a lot of different things that are going to help you in your career. So I'd say take those jobs. Take the jobs maybe that aren't the best. Sometimes at the beginning maybe you're going to have to take a job where you've got to drive further than you want to drive, or maybe you're working in an industry you don't want to work in. You need to get that experience built up. College will help, but college isn't required for most security jobs. As you get more advanced in your career, yes, it's going to be required. But a lot, almost every cybersecurity job I've seen has a good benefits package, and part of that benefits package is the ability to get tuition reimbursement. A lot of times they won't pay for the class up front, but after you complete the class and you have to get a B or a C, depending on what the requirements of your company are, then you submit those grades and they'll pay you back. So essentially, the company will pay you to go to school, and there's going to be some limitations depending on who you're working for, how much you can use. But any free money is free money. I think that's part of your salary. A lot of, honestly, a lot of jobs don't do that. So again, we've had a special or separate breakout morning session where we talk about Security Plus, but we're talking about Security Plus, and I want to bring up the exam. So this, you can go out to CompTIA and register on their site. You don't even register. You just have to put some information in so that they can spam you a little bit. It's not bad. I've done it a ton of times to get these brochures to make sure they're up to date. I just grabbed this one right before we recorded today, or we went live today, I should say. This is the most current exam objectives guide as of March 30th. So this is the exam I'm going to rewind that a little bit. These are the exam objectives for the CompTIA Security Plus SY0501 exam. Right? So there are 6 domains, and what I think we need to do, my kind of goal for April, is let's go through the entirety of this objective guide. Let's cover everything. And then at the end of April, if you're following along, if you're, it's honestly, for me, it's going to be a lot of work putting stuff together for the career at Cyber-Recon. Everybody right now, we're doing this just because you want to. Nobody's getting paid for this. But if you join with us, let's bust through the objectives. I want to say executives. The objectives of the Security Plus Security exam. Let's go through those all in April. Let's use April, and we'll go through everything. We'll talk about every single topic, every single subtopic. We'll go over everything. And if you're playing along at home, the goal would be at the end of April to go take the Security Plus exam. I think they've got it where you can even take it at home now with this situation what's going on with COVID right now. You can take this exam at home. So, let's look at the exam objectives, right? So, and I know this is not huge on your screen. It's limitations of the system. If I resize the document, maybe we could have got a little better. But sorry, it's a bit of an eye chart. So let's look at it. First page. This you can go. I would say, go out to CompTIA, give them a little bit of information, and get the guide. Download the guide so you have it. So that's step 1. Do that before April, right? Get that thing down, download it, ready to go. This is going to tell about the exam, why you want to do this, what's in it for you, and what are the requirements for the exam. How's it developed, and that kind of stuff. Test details. This is going to tell you how long the exam is, right? so it's 90 minutes long. Um, Man, it's even hard for me to read on the screen across the way here. You're gonna have to get a 750 on this thing, and then the breakdown of the exam, right? Uh, Domain one is threats, attacks, and vulnerabilities. Domain two is technologies and tools. Domain three is architecture and design. Domain four is identity and access management. Domain five is risk management, and domain six is cryptography and PKI. And if you look through the exam guide, right, it goes into each one. So what we want to do in April is we're going to cover all these, right? So in threats, attacks, and vulnerabilities, we'll go over indicators of compromise and types of malware and compare and contrast types of attack. Um, you know, what about threat actors? Let's talk about those. Let's talk about pen testing concepts. We'll talk about vulnerability scanning concepts, impacts of different types of vulnerabilities. Then we'll jump on to tools and technologies, talking about network components. And if you're following along last week, we started touching on some of these already. We'll really drill down. We're gonna get out of the book. I think the book is good. The book we've been showing. I'll throw a link to the book in the bottom. It's probably good to have to support you getting ready if you're going to do this thing in April. So network hardware, software, um, you know, use the appropriate tools to assess the posture of the organization. What's the tools to use to do your assessments? Troubleshoot security issues, interpret the output from security technologies, deploy mobile devices securely, implement security protocols, and then we'll jump into architecture design. Frameworks and best practices, network architecture and concepts, secure system design, um, secure staging and deployment concepts, um, embedded systems like SCADA stuff, development and deployment concepts, virtualization concepts like VMware and VirtualBox. We can even go through installing those on your local system. Pretty straightforward. A resiliency and automation strategy, physical security controls. Don't forget physical is part of this as well. Identity and access management, identity and access management concepts, services, controls, um, best practices, and then jump into risk management. And we'll knock through this one as well. Policies, procedures, and other documentation, why they're important. Impact analysis concepts, risk management process and concepts, incident response procedures, forensics, continuity of operations or ConOps, um, different types of controls that we're going to talk about that support risk, um, security and privacy practices, and then we're on to the last one. And cryptography usually gets people all tied up, so we'll have to spend some time on cryptography, um, basic concepts of cryptography, their characteristics of the different types, um, wireless installing, configuring wireless secure settings, and then PKI or public keying infrastructure. And that's the exam. That's a lot of stuff to cover. That's a huge amount of stuff to cover, and it's going to have to be just beyond the normal morning cup of cyber that we're in right now. So my proposal, let's do this. Let's jump in. Let's get you through Security Plus in April. We've got a couple shows that we have been trying to get edited out, and this will make us do it. We got Cyber Insider. Cyber Insider is where Emily and Mako and Jimmy and myself, we sit down and talk about different things. So we'll talk about the week we're talking through. So tonight we're going to get together, and we'll talk about what we talked about last week. Let's talk about those network devices, the things we talked about last week. We'll talk about tonight. I guess the question: do we do that live or do we do that on Remrap? Right? A lot of folks don't know that. But do we record it or we go live? Right now, I'm thinking maybe we go live and just get it out. It's a lot cleaner when we edit it, but it takes a lot longer to get it out. And I think if we're pushing through in April to get this thing out, let's push through to get out. probably some discussion about that. So let me know in the comments below. Let me know in the comments below what you think about getting through Security Plus in April. Let's go from 0 to Security Plus by the end of April. It's going to be a rush. It's going to be a crunch to get it all done, but I'll do it if you want to do it, and that makes it. That's going to make it something that you can accomplish if you're locked down in your house. Get a certification. Let's get this thing knocked out. 8570 recognizes Security Plus as a valid certification for a number of DoD jobs. And like I said before, the DoD structure, that 8570 structure, is being implemented in a lot of different organizations. So a lot of organizations are using that too. So let me know. The other thing is, share with your friends. If you think somebody is in a position where they're in a job that maybe they don't like, or maybe they want to do it, advance a little more. I'm not saying every job is important, and you see that more than anything right now. But the security or the cyber field is going crazy. There's no end in sight as we add new technologies, driverless cars, and automation and integration of different cyber concepts into people's homes and daily lives. That's going to be drivers for just more cyber. So, I definitely like to hear what you guys got to say. What is your thoughts on that? Let me know. There's one person joined us live, and I can't. Unfortunately, with this system, I need another screen so I can see who's live. It would be impressive when we get a bunch of people certified this week. That would be cool. That would be really cool. So let me know. Always, obviously, share with your friends that you see somebody that could benefit from going into cybersecurity. Somebody that it would be a good move for them. Point them this way. Let's not, let's share the wealth, share the experience, and let's see if we can get people certified. Let's get them Security Plus certified. And I think, if we can get a group together, maybe we can have some weekly chat sessions where we can fire up WebEx and we can do one-on-one. Talk to each other. I think it'd be cool as heck to get a bunch of people Security Plus certified in April. So let me know. Drop a comment below. Share with your friends, please. Share with anybody you think this could help. Like, comment, subscribe, the normal stuff, because that does help us. And I would really appreciate that. I think that may help not only you guys, me, the folks working here, doing this. We do want to see a lot more people in the field. Let me know how you want it, how you feel about it. So, like, comment, hit the bell to be notified. Hopefully I didn't ramble on too long this morning, and we'll see you tomorrow, last day of the month, and see what you think. Drop me the comments, please.